Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Today we're going to do a good old twin flame hierogamy reading. Deep breaths, everyone. Okay. As usual, masculines on the left, feminines on the right, and the union energies down the center. Masculines, what are we dealing? What are we confronting? What are we overcoming? What are the blocks to love? What are we not seeing? What would support the masculine collective? Okay. All right. I hear you, Spirit. So we have True Love and Warrior Princess. This goes along with the message we had yesterday around masculines. You have a really powerful inner feminine, and you may have not been utilizing her skills, her ability to take control and command a situation. It may have been intimidating to you or uncomfortable because it may not be the same approach that you might take. But there's a message here that you are being called to reconnect with your inner feminine, to find that kind of true, aligned, resonating inner love for your inner feminine. Okay, and for feminine collective, well, okay, I'll take these. What do we have? We have wisdom and we have wealth. Okay, yeah, very direct message here for the feminines, and it makes sense because yesterday or a couple days ago, whenever that was, feminines are stepping into their gifts, and now that is finally we're at a place in the collective where those gifts are going to start warranting financial success, financial recognition. So there's something here very specifically that feminines, you have been marinating long enough. You have been transmuting long enough, in steeping in this alchemical process of turning all of your experience, all of your trials and tribulations and pain from knowledge into wisdom. And now you're actually ready to stand on that platform. You actually have a firm foundation, which is very interesting to me that that's coming up, because the firm foundation phrase has been coming up for Divine Masculine since I started on YouTube about a year ago. So it's not an accident that the masculines received this this warrior princess card. You know, the other clear bridge to these two messages, masculines, it might be a time to completely lean on your feminine. What does that look like? Maybe turn to her for guidance. Now, mind you, this could be internal or external feminine. I cannot make that discernment for you. Only you can access your intuition to make that discernment. So again, masculines, this might be a time to really lean on your feminine's wisdom, on your feminine's guidance, on that peaceful, stable, consistent, tempered love that the feminine has consistently been giving the masculines and holding the masculines, whether you're in union or apart or in raging disconnection. The feminine energy has been holding the love in the container. They've been holding the safety of this container. They've been holding that vision, holding that truth through their heartbreak, through their pain. Feminines have been working very hard in the last decade. That's what's coming through. I'm just going to say around decade, because we're all at different parts of this path, but collectively this feminine energy has been treading water, has been turning over every stone, trying to understand self, trying to create safety within the body so they can ground and anchor and prepare themselves for the next leg of the journey. Wow, really, really stable message here, masculines and feminines. And for union energy, spirit, what are we working with? What are we working with? What are we confronting? Anything for union energies? How would you... Okay. I guess we're going to take all of these. Why not? All right. We have strength. We have nobility. Ah, this is such a delicious twin flame. Let me put these side by side, actually. you've heard me talk about since the beginning this idea of a throne, right? The exalted masculine and the exalted feminine have a throne that, despite where you're at on your despite what level of consciousness you are at, that throne is open, ready, waiting, and willing to hold space for your exalted presence, for your higher self. And then we have fame and creativity. Yeah, so mind you, this is what's in the union energy. So when we figure out a way to come into temperance with all of these gifts and skills, the feminine's wisdom and the masculine's ability to penetrate the world, to create structures and infrastructures so that this wisdom has something to flow around. Think of like a trellis in which a climbing vine can adhere itself to. You can't have one without the other, right? Sure, you could have these beautiful flowers or vine, but it might be on the ground and no one could really see it. It won't be a feast for the collective unless it has something to adhere to. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of grinning, ear to ear right now. I'm selfishly enjoying this energy right now. Yeah, this is what I have felt in my intuition for about 13, 14 years, that when the masculine and feminine can really ground and come into this inner union, we always hear inner union, but what is it actually in 3D? What does it look like? It looks like love, grace, and respect for the other energy and for self. This is so good. Okay, let me just review. Sorry, I'm getting pulled off track. We have strength, nobility, creativity, and fame. When the masculine and feminine come into a creative union, it's like the level, forget celebrity. That means nothing, right? That's a social construct, right? But fame, true fame in the etheric realm, in the quantum realm, means that you have a really profound resonance in the grid, right? That when feminine and masculine can anchor together to come into union in this creativity and access their higher self, sit on their throne and create, magnetize, build from their seat on their throne. This is when their strength solidifies, and this is when the rest of the grid recognizes their nobility, their natural resonance of this royal, this higher energy, this pure, pristine, precious, innocent, pure, noble love. I looked quickly. What's in the unconscious for the union energy is, so what's being pushed into the shadows or being hidden from the feminine and masculine right now are strong boundaries. So yeah, let's honor that. Your twin, right? These are twin flame readings. I want to honor that that's what we're here and that's what we're doing. Your twin, this is not my phrase. This was taken from Meredith over at Meredithia Oracle and Crystal. She's incredible. She said our twin is the how did she put it? It's like the easiest thing and the best thing to pull us off our center, right? Your twin is this like perfect mirror of all your crap. And so that level of abrasion is going to be the best thing to yank you out of your mission, out of your purpose, out of your center. It's going to make you lose your cool. It's going to make all the feelings come up. It's going to make all the parts. It's going to rattle our cage, right? It's the most divine cage rattler, if you will. So your job is to be a diligent, reverent steward of your boundaries right now. So what does that mean for you? It's going to look different for each of you. What are you holding sacred right now? What is your sacred work that you're doing? What needs protection right now? It's very kind of clear in that way. What would you like to create boundaries around? So if your twin came knocking at your door right now, showed up in front of your face right now, what would you want to protect? What would you want to solidify? And I don't mean to, I'm going to use the analogy of a storm. If you, like, say you live in Florida or somewhere that gets hurricanes and things like that, or flooding or something. If you are going to protect your home, what would you do to prepare to solidify your home safety? You might get sandbags. You might tape up your windows, or board up your windows. You might put all of your valuables up high so that if there is flooding, they won't get ruined, right? There's steps you need to take. So I don't want to, I know I use the analogy of a storm, and that, sometimes can be a bad thing. However, listen, this is the energetic storm. Why are storms and chaos good? Because they shake shit up. They shake us awake, and they take us out of our patterns and habits that have kept us small, have kept us safe, have kept us quiet, right? Sometimes we need that storm. And that's the path of the twin flame, right? It's like you're magnetized to each other, then you have abrasion, and then you burst apart. And in that sacred bursting, you go apart where you find higher ground, you find safety, and you work the work, right? You do the work. You chop wood and carry water in your own psyche. You clean up the mess. You unpack your feelings. You try to understand, why did you react the way you did? Why did you say this? Why did you feel this when they did this? You start to really take complete and total accountability and responsibility for what's showing up on your side of the street. This is such a pristine reading. It's so clear and sacred and beautiful. Let's keep going. I don't want to stop. Where should we go, Spirit? Where should we go? Oh, interesting. I don't usually use these at this point in the reading, but let's go where we're called to go. All right, Spirit, anything for twin flames? Anything else? I'm just going to get all the cards. Anything else? We got a lot of hoppers today. Anything else? Anything else? Oh my God. Okay, that's enough. This is a lot of messages. Hold on. I'm going to take every single one. We're going to unpack everything. We have She-Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. Yeah, but it's in reverse. So there's something about, okay, the message that's coming through here is around maybe, let me just reflect this back to you. So maybe at a previous earlier part of your journey through consciousness, you were at a lower frequency. That's regular. That's conventional. That's totally normal, right? We all start somewhere. We all have a starting point. And maybe at that starting point, you weren't the best steward of your own boundaries or desires or truth. And now you're being called to revisit these wild parts of self, right? The masculine energy yesterday actually got a big message around their inner animal. And so this is now showing up in the collective reading. Can we go back and revisit the wild parts within now at this new level of consciousness, looking through this new lens? I'm being told that you are going to find some hidden treasures when you start to do that. Also, a lot of us, myself included, when you have a wild part of self and you've maybe spent a few years letting that part lead you. Like for me, my wild self, it was like from my late 20s to my early 30s. I let that kind of instinctual self lead the show. However, I didn't have the best boundaries. I didn't have the best self-care. I was not putting myself first. I was kind of running on empty. I wasn't the best steward of my own energy, right? You are a different person right now. Masculines and feminines, you now have skills. You now have wisdom to fall back on. Remember over here, you have your inner feminine firm foundation of wisdom to fall back on. So of course your inner animal, your inner instinctual wild self is going to look different because you're different. So you're being called to excavate your internal wild self. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to put this all out and then we'll flow with it. We have High Priestess, Harness Mystic Power. We have Snake, Shed Your Old Skin. Yeah, this is honoring the full moon. We're still in the full moon portal. Endings and beginnings, release. We also have Druid, Hold the Space. So maybe separate message here. You're being called to actually Love yourself enough to take up enough space to go at your own pace, the pace that makes you feel safe, secure, and the pace that you can actually excavate something of value. Sometimes when we are moving too fast, we're moving in some sort of fear or contraction, right? When we're moving fast, something else is usually running the show. Not always, but it's worth noting, and it's worth taking a pause if you find that you are in a chaotic moment. Let's just be real. It's the holidays. We're getting prepared for the new year. Things are closing out. We're kind of tying up loose ends. A lot is going on right now. So take up some space to see if you need to create some different boundaries around your wants, needs, and desires. Okay, and then we have the seer. We have see beyond the current situation. We have a second warrior card around, but it's in kind of sideways. Be fearless and stand your ground. I'm just going to put that there. And then we have some reversals. And we have Earth Mother, feel loved. And what does this say? Feel loved and comforted. And then we have reversals here. We have Lord, take charge with authority. Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Okay, it's a lot of vibes. Let me just look in the unconscious, because I have to. Unconscious position. We have Summer, bask in joy and light. Okay, this is a massive synchronicity in my own life. I'm going to plop that right there. I just had a whole conversation with my friend that, my consciousness sister. It's so easy to get sucked into this work. It is so easy because, first of all, it's very rewarding. It's incredibly exciting. When you make a connection in your psyche, it's like someone turned on the light and you're seeing the whole situation from a different point of view. Colors are brighter. It's a very exciting thing. However, it can still be awesome and exhausting. It could still be incredible and draining. It could still be absolutely necessary and detrimental to your health and your body, mind, spirit. So what's being pushed into the collective right now is, where is your joy? Where is your pleasure? Where is your sweet silliness, feminines and masculines? Where are you refueling your tank? What is that? How do you, where do you get that? What experiences do that for you? You've heard me talk a million times about energy anatomy and having enough energetic currency in your energy bank account, right? It's like, think of your energy like a bank account. You have so many dollars in the bank and you can only spend so many dollars. So it's like you want to be really discerning around where you're investing and spending your money. Sometimes spending money is just spending money and it goes one way and you paid for an experience or a thing and it's exciting for that moment or it's necessary or whatever. But sometimes we can actually make appropriate investments that gift us something back, a two-way exchange where we make a conscious, intentional investment today that we can live off the dividends tomorrow. You know what I mean? So part of this, masculines and feminines, part of this message is that this work is not sustainable unless you honor and bring all of these pieces with you. And part of the pieces that are being pushed into the shadow are these pieces of play, joy, fun. What did you used to do as a little kid that would make you lose track of time? It's answers like that will allow you to operate outside of time and space, outside of the quantum field. It's not about time on the clock. Okay, I'm gonna paint this painting for 22 minutes and that will be my joy and my pleasure, and then I will check it off my list. No. This is about, can you create some and carve out some space in your schedule where you can surrender, where you can flow without looking at a clock, without having to be somewhere or pick kids up or cook dinner or, whatever it is. Can you carve out? And maybe that sounds like crazy to you and your schedule, but maybe you don't have time to do it every day. What if you had time to do it once a month? What would that look like? Or once a week? Is there something that that really gets your juices going in a really creative, beautiful way. And it's interesting that I use the painting analogy because we have this under here, this creativity card. Remember the earlier message that when the feminine and masculine can come together in their creativity, they will be able to access this royal, regal energy, this power. They're stronger together than apart. In this rooted, creative union, they will access a strength they have never known, and they will access fame in the quantum field, right? Fame in the quantum field, just to remind you, just to underline this, it's not about how many likes or followers you get on social media. This is about your impact of your own energy. I just got full body chills as I said that. Your fame in the quantum field is the power of your vibration, the power of your resonance, the power of the love and your will and the ability to execute on that love and that will and that intuition and discernment. Powerful, powerful stuff. I'm getting like waves and waves of full body chills right now. Okay, let's get some twin flame cards because I can't not do it. So let's get some. Okay, Spirit, anything else here? Anything else? Oh, okay, we have, if I could find them. Oh, we got this in the last twin flame reading. We have 1111, Take Me Home, Pathway to True Love, and 1111, I Am Enough, Let Go of Expectations. Let me just look at what's in the unconscious. We have Harmonize, oh my God, the synchronicities are insane. Harmonize, let your life shine. Listen, perfect. Thank you, cards. Thank you, Spirit. When the feminine and masculine start to harmonize, what happens when you hear a harmony, when you hear people singing and then they're trying to find it and then boom, it hits and they harmonize. That resonance moves through your whole body, moves through a room, moves through a collective. It is more powerful together than they are apart. Let go of these expectations, let go of any sort of attachments to what you think it's going to look like, and just be present with what's right in front of you. Just curate your own frequency, worry about what's on your side of the street, and take one step. That's it. One step at a time. This is the path to true love. What does that actually mean? It's not a fluffy fairy tale thing. The pathway to true love is the divine reverence that you have for yourself and others and the collective. If we can live in this divine, profound resonance, the path will unfurl for us and we will have an incredible impact on the collective. Powerful, powerful. Let's get some wisdom. Let's see here. Let's get some of this Raise Your Vibration Oracle because we've been talking about frequency and vibration and harmony. Okay, Spirit, what would you like the collective to know? This was thank you so much for the wisdom you shared thus far. What else do we need to know? Anything else you want to share with us? Okay, we have my high vibes heal the world. Well, absolutely, 100%. And then we have Facing My Shadow removes darkness from the world. This is what I was leaning into the other day. Once we come to the place on our spiritual path when we start to actually not just internalize, but embody, to actually live this way out in the world, to understand that there is no other. There is no other. We start to understand the power of our actions, the power of cleaning up our own backyard, the power of facing what is showing up, the shadows that are showing up on our side of the street. By cleaning up your side of the street, you affect the entire collective energy. And when you start to really internalize that and allow that to affect your the way you show up in the world, you start to understand maybe just like a fraction of your actual power, that you have this profound power to affect profound change in this world. And then excuse me. Ooh. My voice cut out, excuse me. What's in the unconscious is I am grateful for the earth. You know, let's just be real for a moment and honor how difficult this path is. It's an incredibly, you will confront deep, dark parts of yourself over and over and over again until you grasp the lesson that you are here to learn. It's very difficult in all of that intensity and all of that hard work to actually have gratitude for the fact that we're even here, right? The world around us, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, the power of Mother Nature, right? The power of a tsunami, of a storm, of a hurricane. It could wipe us out in 2 seconds. And then what? And then where are we left, right? So this is so important to anchor in, to honor that we are cultivating our interior world. It's a Teresa of Avila, the interior castle. We are learning to confront and, ascend to these new ideas and new perspectives so that we can show up in the world in a more resonant, loving, peaceful, powerful way. Beautiful, beautiful, powerful message. I'm going to leave it there. It speaks for itself. Gosh, I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you all for showing up and taking accountability and doing this work. I hope this was supportive, and I will see you in the next one.